Good afternoon to those of you watching live, and hope you're having a great day. For those of you catching us on our VOD here, my name's JB Henry, and we are in our second day of our June 2026 Gold Speed Tournament. Our semifinals and our finals coming at you today. Hey, before we get going, first of all, don't forget we've got our live versus event out in Philly. Too many games coming up just a week from today, as we speak on the 21st. So be sure to get your tickets and come punch a ticket to the immunity pool in Cincinnati. We'd love to see you there. We've got Archer Lewis joining us in just a second. Let's take a quick look at the bracket and just see where everybody is. Oh, we're going straight to it. Okay. Influx versus Frank to start here. Influx had to beat Luke's dad and Don Venier to get here. Frank had to beat Tomahawk and Adelito to get here. And this is the seventh time or the eighth time they faced each other. Frank has the series advantage 4-3. Archer, tell us about these two players.
So we know both of these players well enough already. We know they have been champions. They have beaten the finals many a time. The fact that this is uh their eighth matchup, with Frank leading 4-3. We know full well though that Influx can fight back hard and heavy. So this could end up being what ties them up again. We don't know though. We haven't seen them play just yet, but I'm sure this will be a match to see for sure.
And for those of you who are catching us for the first time, our semifinals are a best of five, so there's a little bit more of an endurance involved. They're playing a higher level block, 10-13 here in the semifinals. So, there's a little bit more of a mental game here. You got to make sure you're pacing yourself. You're not really burning yourself out here because if you win, you got to go to the finals and play the higher level block as well. We've got Influx on his 1985 VHS cam, and we've got Frank on his MS Paint hand cam. We're ready to go here. Two amazing players. We've got readies from Frank, and I think we're just waiting on a ready from Influx, and there it is. Players are doing 10-13 here. So you can see a lot more clustered viruses, a lot more opportunities for big combos here. And we're going to get our countdown in 3, 2, 1, and pills. Off we go, starting on level 10. 44 viruses to go for our players. And a quick opening gambit there from Influx, getting some yellow off the board. Still managing to keep some yellow exposed. Meanwhile, on Frank's side, Frank's got himself a slightly sloped board there, Archer, going from left to right.
Yeah, he does. And looking like he's setting up a nice fat log there right at the right-hand side of the board going into the middle. Love to see it. Looks like he's setting up another horizontal blue clear. Oh, what is he prepping there? Oh, there you go. He gets the yellow blue, and look at it all come crashing down with the
Wow.
red falling down as well. Beautiful. Meanwhile, looking back at Influx has been plodding along in this level 10, making good progress so far. 16-20 in favor of Influx at this point in time.
Yeah, and Influx is keeping his board nice and clustered, really preventing drop time here. And you see that might have looked like a misdrop with that yellow red over in column 8. But what he's doing is he's setting himself up for a sweet tea here, getting himself a big combo, keeping that horizontal blue open in row number 1. Really, really great sequencing there by Influx. It's why he is one of the goats of Dr. Mario, both versus and speed. He's just so good at this just end game planning here. He's going to be out first at a blazing 122. That's an amazing time for level 10. He's into a level 11 first, but Archer Frank not far behind here. Just got a few viruses to go.
Yeah, Frank waiting on some blue and a few reds in order to clear out the rest of this board. He's making another horizontal into a drop clear, as you can see, getting the blue and then getting another blue to be out at a 145.
Yeah, and it's only an 8 virus chase down, so anything can go here. There's a lot of yellow blue in this opening board here for Frank, so gonna have to figure out what to do with these reds that he doesn't have a lot of use for. Can't really make any clears either, virus wise with those reds. So but makes a nice combo there and gets himself in a good position here, really being aggressive here. Already down to 33 viruses, catching back up to Influx, who's playing a pretty good board. He's down about halfway, going to get himself a nice drop T. Amazing comboing here by Influx, and he's going to get himself an L. Yeah, and now he's finally down. He's down to his final 6 rows here, playing phenomenal here as we get to the 2.5 minute mark.
Yeah, and with Frank having been able to keep pretty close with Influx at this point in time, despite the slight difference in time getting out of level 10. I did notice with Frank's board as well, there was a lot of blue, but he was getting a lot of blue to be able to clear it all out in a fairly quick fashion. Now he's forming a little bit of a horizontal clear at the bottom of the board, down to 9. It is incredibly close as we're reaching these end games of this level 11.
Yeah, Frank is having leaving that stack of viruses on that wing column in 8 can always just be a tough proposition. He's navigated it quite well, but it's always
Mm.
something that seems to slow people down. He's going to be in a great position here, but as Influx out at a 318, he's going to get Frank's going to be out at a 323. So 5 seconds between these two, it's dead even going into the halfway point of this first round.
Yeah, and 5 seconds between these two, that's next to nothing, really. We know how fast these two can play, and that's that's hardly any distance at all, and it's going to be quite difficult to be able to claw ahead in any capacity. Looking at these boards here, again, there's a fair bit of blue toward the top line for Frank. Meanwhile, you see Influx setting up with these blues on the right hand side of the board, trying to make sure that the diversity of pills is fairly even throughout the board so that he is not running the risk later down the line of needing specific colors and potentially not getting them.
Um, Over on Influx's side, he's at 21, Frank at 25. Frank's been playing incredibly aggressive here, and he's got the cleaner board. There's no garbage to speak of on it. Just really been playing incredibly efficiently. Now running into a bit of a block as he doesn't have access to blue, so he's trying to find ways to use the blues coming his way. And I like this. He's stacking these
Ooh,
blue yellows just in a
I
very
see what
nice
he's doing.
fashion. This is a big combo coming from Frank. We're just waiting on that one final red, and there it is. Boom, boom, and then setting up
Lovely.
with the other blue yellow. Fantastic play there by Frank. He's at 14 here. Influx, despite having what's a funky looking board here, going to get himself some great comboing, setting himself up for a D sandwich clear. What a way to clean that up. Out at 5 flat. He's into the final level first.
Yeah, but despite the speed in which Influx was able to kind of push ahead, the way that Frank was able to clear down his board in such a precise fashion was just amazing to see. Out at a 520 is Frank into his final level, level 13, and I look over at Influx and I see this. There is some interesting setups going on here. I'm looking forward to seeing how they all pan out. It looks like he might be waiting even on a potential double blue on the right hand side of the board. Or no, he decides to just clear it out so he's not waiting, or maybe not.
Yeah. It
Oh,
looks
there
like
we
he
go.
was just
There it
trying to
is.
It looks like he was trying to open up access to yellow there. He just didn't have it here, and that's been slowing him down. He has managed to hold on to a slight lead here of 5 viruses. This seems to bounce between 4 and 6 viruses here between these players. He is starting to have himself a V-shaped board where he's just got a lot of peaks on those wing columns and everything lower in those center columns. Starting to work things out here. He's got this double stack as well, Archer, on this right side, which can be tough to navigate, but he's doing some great work on just keeping that drop time minimal. It is 18 to 25 here as Frank's got a big cluster in that lower right he's trying to get rid of.
Mm. Yeah, Frank has got all of these blues in the bottom right hand side of his board, which could be a bit of a problem, especially we know how finicky the doctor likes to be with blues. I mean, I certainly know how that feels. Uh, but as we see, he is pretty quickly making a dent into all of the blues that he has on the board, and meanwhile, as we look at Influx's board, you can see he's making a lovely horizontal clear right at the bottom of the board, looking to make another. another clear to clear out the blues. Looking
This is
looking for some red and not getting it though.
This is going to be a close one here. Frank's going to drop everything down. He's got himself set up with two to go. Both players two to go. But here comes the most opportune double red I've ever seen. Influx putting it away and winning by 7 seconds. Ooh, Frank was trying to claw himself back in, but Influx put it away with a big double red. It is 1-0 in favor of the 1 seed. What a finish there.
Yeah, that was incredible. The playing, the RNG, everything coming together just in favor of Influx. But even so, with a 7-second difference, that could have gone either way at any point. So with the second crown, we have to see who could take it. It still could go to anybody.
Yeah.
This is so exciting.
Absolutely. And I'd be remiss to say Happy Father's Day. We got a lot of dads in our Dr. Mario community, and Flox being one of them. And we've seen children climb up on players like Ibar as well in the middle of matches. So shout out to all the dads out there raising the next generation of Dr. Mario players here on Father's Day. We've got ourselves ready, so let's do it. 3, 2, 1, and pills as we get into our second crown here. Influx looking to go up to nil. Frank trying to even it up here. Good opening sequence here by Frank, getting himself a couple of double reds, getting in a good position, and starting to get some clears here. Influx looking like he might want to go horizontal on these yellows. I'm interested to see what he does with this sequence here. And he is going to do something. I think he's just waiting on some sort of yellow. Here's the yellow. Boom, getting himself a vertical. 36-33. It is an early lead for the 4th seed, Frank.
Yeah, that waiting on the specific pill, waiting for a yellow half or even a double yellow for Influx did slow him down a little bit in the intro sequence for him, but he is now flying through all of these blues that were at the top of the board and making good headway into this level 10. Meanwhile, as we take a look at Frank's board, there is a lot of blue, and he is finding ways to clear through it. You can see he is clearing out with the yellow blue there. Just the it is remarkable how good this RNG is being right now. With the blues that Frank needs, he is getting them and being able to make quick and easy clears all throughout. Just amazing.
And we're going to see a big combo here by Influx. He's going to drop a little bit of yellow garbage down. I think he was setting himself up for a really, really big combo, and the sequencing just didn't come for him, but was still able to get things out of the way here. He's down to 6 viruses, 4 viruses for Frank here. He's got himself a double and then a couple of easy verticals, likely going to stack over precisely right there in 6-7 and then get himself over. He is out at a 148. However, Influx also out at a 148. We got ourselves a dead heat going into 11.
Yeah, at the beginning of when this match started, when this crown started, Frank did have a little bit of a time advantage. Starting a little bit quicker than Influx did. So to see that they are both even coming out of level 10 is really nice to see. And you look at Frank at the moment; he looks to be waiting on a blue red to just make this big double clear kind of happen. And there we go, as it goes down, clearing all of that. 34 to 30, 33 to 34, now 31 to 33 in favor of Influx at this point in time, though.
Yeah, these players both in a very interesting opening scenario. We're seeing Influx just get some single pill clears, just really getting that virus count ground down. He's already at 19, Archer. This is a big run here we're seeing by Influx. Meanwhile, on Frank's side of the board, Frank's looking to get himself in a good position here as well. He's going to get things dropped down, looking to open up that the center of the board. Really, he's just
Ooh,
got these
look at
blues
this.
here. Look at this sequence, getting himself in a good position. Not a lot of access to red. Does have that red garbage though, so can get something going here. And now has access to red with that yellow cleared out in column number 8.
Yeah, meanwhile, as we take a look at Influx's board, he is trying to set up this drop clear at the bottom of the board. You can see he needs to clear this red that's kind of stopping him from being able to put a blue down into that into that column there. And there we go. Didn't want to run the risk of accidentally making a fat loss, but
Wow.
there it all goes, clears, and the yellow is free and clear out of the 336 into his level 12.
I've been calling this for 6 years now, and I'm just still always blown away by the creative combo uh, sequences that these players can put on. Really well done there by Influx. Both these players still into level 12, still pretty much even. It's just a handful of viruses between them as Frank starting to get through his level 12 here. Going to get himself a nice short stack combo and then drop down some garbage to get some more blues off. 42 to 40 here, although now no blue access for Frank, so blue is going to be tough. He does manage to open things up and get that single blue, but the next couple of rows down, Archer, there's not a lot of blue for Frank. Meanwhile, on Influx's side of the board, Influx maintaining a pretty good diversity here, holding on to a 7 virus lead, maybe trying to get rid of the stack that he's got over in column 7 and 8 as well.
Yeah, that's one thing I've always noticed with Influx's play. He is very good at keeping that board diversity, keeping the board health just in his favor, and it is really working out for him now. You can see he's trying to set up this looks to be a horizontal clear. Ooh, well, actually, what might he be doing here? Let's see. Oh, I see what he's doing. Look at this. Look at what he's trying to set up. There we go. Clearing that nice little cluster. It looks to be. I'm thinking he's also going to potentially set up a blue horizontal to drop all of those yellows down toward the bottom of the board there.
Hmm. Uh, Meanwhile, here we got Influx. He's got a vertical or a horizontal. It's basically a fielder's choice almost over there on that left side of the board. He's down to his final 4 here, and I think he just wants to get everything dropped down into a good sequence. And I think might be setting up for the T or going for single clears. I think it is going to be single clears all the way as he drills down, gets the double blue. He is going to be out first at a 539. Frank not far behind here, though, with just a few more viruses to go. Although with that red garbage, it's going to be single clears. No comboing out here for Frank. Going to go for the tuck and then eliminating the drop time out at a 554. So both players now in 13. It is only a 4 virus chase down, Archer. That doesn't mean particularly much at this juncture.
No, it doesn't mean much at all, really, especially with these two, as we know how they can play, and they're showing what they can do in this game, as we can see. You can see Frank setting up this really nice drop clear. I wonder if that. Oh wait, no, I think I know what he was trying to set up, but it didn't quite work out how he was wanting to. I think he was trying to maybe clear the blue that was underneath that yellow. Uh, but he is making quick work of clearing the rest of the board too. And then we take a look at over at Influx's board, just again making quick work, but he is slightly behind at this point, 37 to 33 in favor of Frank at this point in time.
Frank had to pivot early, but he is really starting to get things going now. Really would love to see some blue for him to really start knocking out these blues all over. They're columns 3, 4, 5, and 6 for Frank. That double blue huge for him, and he is going to get some yellow to drop, getting some more off the board. 22, 25. It's a high stack on that left side for Influx, and it's limiting his yellow access. He's going to have a lot of trouble getting through here. Going to just have to find some underneath clears to get himself that yellow access, and he is going to get himself an L yeah, big L yeah, and he's got himself a
Wow.
setup as well for red horizontals, and he gets the tuck underneath. He's going to get that combo off as well. He is down to 9. He is roaring back into the lead. Frank's got to get himself out of this situation. He doesn't have a lot of access to yellow. Those yellow viruses buried in that lower left corner. He is down to 11. Influx down to 3. Influx just needing a couple of reds here, and it looks like it is going to be Influx taking it at a 747, flying away with his second crown of the match.
Incredible playing toward the end of that board for Influx, just speeding ahead. That was an incredible, like incredibly close level 13 for both of them, but it just sometimes it can be all down to how the board is handled and how the pills shape up to be, and just both of them showing what they're made of, but Influx just really hammering the nails in.
Yeah, and of note here, Influx is giving up a 22-second average in this level block to Frank. It is a 752 to 730. So Influx has to get consistently those sub eights to really have a chance. PBs are pretty similar, just 2 seconds apart. 654 for Influx, 652 for Frank here, but those consistent sub eight runs are pretty much required for Influx, and we're seeing it here as he is a 2-0 lead, looking to sweep Frank and get himself into the finals.
Yeah, but maybe Frank will pull a fast one, as it were, and is able to push through and give us some more Dr. Mario in this first semi-final. As we got the countdown of 3, 2, 1, and pills. Let's see what they can do.
Big crater of red on Influx's board, and he's just getting nothing that's particularly helpful. He has access to a single yellow virus, which he's now taken off the board, and now has another yellow virus over in column number 2. But this blue not helpful for him at all, so it's already starting to slow him down. Meanwhile, on Frank's side, Frank getting all of the blue that he needs. He's currently holding on to a 3 virus lead and getting himself just some quick clears in the middle of that board. You see that board vision by players like Frank, where they're just seeing that double pill and seeing if they can dig that down and get themselves a little bit of opening later on. It's very, very important for that late game strategy, Archer.
Yeah, and it's like when I first saw both of their boards, I was not a fan of either. There was just it seemed to be really difficult to really get to where they wanted to be. But Frank just showing what he can do with a board and what his vision is like is just astounding to see. Uh,
Mhm.
16 to 16, it is a tie game at this point in time. It is incredibly close right now.
Influx going to clear some garbage that was stacked up way up high, into those double-digit rows on the top of the board, and now getting himself some horizontal clearing as well, down to 11, 11 and 9 here. These ugly end games really for both players. You have a high stacked end game here for Frank, who's just trying to get himself in a good position here. He's going to get himself a double horizontal, but when you have those that red and yellow sandwich where they are, that could be really brutal. A good sequencing here for Frank, though, is going to open things back up for him. Looking hopefully to get those blues off the. I was thinking he was going to go for those bottom blues first, but that's not the case here. Influx is getting himself some things to drop down. But Frank out first at a 157, and as I say that, it ticks over to just at that 158. So a very, very slight lead for Frank as our players into 11.
Yeah, this is just so perfectly matched between both of them. They're going at it incredibly quickly. And looking at these boards right now, I there is a lot of red for Frank at this point in time in his at the top of his board. Meanwhile, again, there's red for Influx as well. There's just red, red, and even more red for both of them, and they're not really getting much red at this point in time, it seems. Although look at this
Oh,
combo that Frank
wow.
just set up and knocked down. Incredible.
And at such a high elevation, it's always just anxiety inducing almost to be setting up combos that high up on the board. But Frank had that confidence there and just put together something beautiful to really open up the rest of his board. I can't even I feel scared setting up combos even like 3 4 rows further down than that, just because I'm scared of a top out. But that's why we're seeing players like Frank here with that high degree of
Mm.
confidence.
I just saw a really nice, I think it was an L clear from Influx. I didn't see how many
Hmm.
viruses it cleared, but it looked really pretty. Just just clearing out a bunch of a combination of both trash and some viruses. I think it was really nice. Uh, Oh, I see. I thought he was going to take the short stack there, but he saw that he was going to have a double blue in his next box and opted to make a cross clear instead. Very nicely done.
And it's all about just seeing those small tune-ups that you can do to your board, and Influx is just great at it here. It's 8 to 5 as Frank trying to get this blue off the board here, and looks like it's going to be kind of a tough situation here for Influx. He might have to blow up his blue sequencing, and he does as Frank out first, right around a 3 minute and 50 second mark. And yeah, it looks like Influx might be a little lost here, just trying to figure out his end game for this level 11. Just hasn't had a lot of things go his way. and we're really seeing it
Oh,
here.
watch
This end
this.
game's a little tough, but he's got himself opening for that horizontal blue. He is going to be out at a 416, so it looks like it's going to be a big chase down, right around 15 to 17 viruses for Influx here in this third crown.
Yeah, a big chase down indeed. However, I do want to say that the RNG just working out right when he needed that double yellow was just lovely to see. We
Hmm.
really don't like when the Doctor is cruel to us, so to see what that he's deciding to be at least a little bit on the kind side, it's always nice. But as we take a look over at Frank's board, you can see he's making a really nice setup here. Look at this, looking probably to try and clear that yellow there and get a nice maybe another horizontal red layout happening. I'm trying to work out exactly what he's trying to do, but sometimes with Frank, his playing baffles me in the best ways because it's very straightforward, but also not. It is incredible.
Influx has just been getting tied up here. He is down 13 viruses here, as Frank is just continuing to roll along here. Frank is just needing a lot of yellow, a lot of red, blue. He has a single blue virus left over in column 8, getting everything just sort of torn down here, getting that red virus off the board. So no more reds here for Frank. It's down to his last few viruses. Influx has a sequence set up here, but just with the limited access to red he's getting, it's just making this really, really tough for him here. As Frank out at a 549. Influx has a setup here. I'm just trying to see what he's trying to knock down. He's looking for some sort of red yellow, or excuse me, blue yellow. Meanwhile, Frank here is getting himself deep
Mm.
into level number
There we
13.
go.
There it is.
Yeah. I saw what he was setting up. He just needed the red to finish the horizontal so it could all come tumbling down, which I'm a big fan of those kinds of combos. It's just really satisfying to see it all come down one after the other, just lovely. But it has with that setup and waiting for the right pieces to come down, it has made him quite a bit further behind. Meanwhile, we take a look over at Frank's board and he is just steamrolling this level 13 down to 34 viruses is Frank. And look at this, just making quick work effortlessly through this board.
Yeah, and you talk about the combo play. A lot of players live and die by the combo, and sometimes we see them die by it. And unfortunately, that was the situation here. Is Influx setting up these big combos, but sometimes those combos again can just be incredibly beneficial for a player with the right sequencing. As Influx is going to avoid getting lapped, he is in at a 709, but I believe the writing may be on the wall here. It is a 30, almost 40 virus chase down here
Oof.
for Influx as Frank down to his final 9 viruses. No yellow to speak of, so just having to down press here as he is just going
Oh,
to find his end game. And what are you seeing over there, Archer?
Invox was trying to tuck that double blue, you see, toward the top of his top line to get the double blue clear, and it just didn't quite. It tucked a bit too early and caused it to be slightly above where he wanted it to. Uh,
Mm.
It happens to the best of us. And it's unfortunate when it happens, but sometimes you just got to take it on the chin. Frank out at a 750, continuing this match for us. You gotta
Yeah,
love it.
yeah, Frank just playing really consistently well there and keeping himself in this game. He's got to win 2 more. Influx has to win 1. So that's a rough game for Influx, but he is by no means out. He is definitely holding on to the advantage here, just needing 1 more crown to Frank needing 2. So a lot to play for here for Frank. He wants to keep himself in this, and I think Influx would really, really be happy just getting out of this right now after what was a bit of a rough third crown for him.
Mhm. And it looks like he's
Influx.
taking a moment. And of course, yes, I'm sure Influx would love to just, put the nail in the coffin with this final crown, especially after after just now, after this last crown.
Hmm.
You, you got to think that he's going to be playing more aggressively. It's hard to say. because already he is both of these players are powerhouses in how they play. They are incredibly quick, they are skilled, they know what they're doing. You just
I
can't
think
wait to see what more they can
Frank
come up
just
with.
I think Frank's just going to put on a quick exhibition for us here. We did not have a start, so this is not an official run by any means here. Thinking Fox just needed to have a quick restroom break.
Just shake it off, keep it going. Ooh,
So
that
we'll
was a
get
fun
Frank
combo
back into
from
a ready
Frank.
state. All right. So we've got both players in a ready state here. Influx looking to punch his ticket to the championship here for our June bracket. Frank looking to force a decider. We've got readies. We've got a countdown. Here we go, folks. In 3, 2, 1, and pills. Both players off here, and good diversity on both sides here. Not really an optimal early play here, as our players just trying to get good setups going. A horizontal clear there for Frank, and we're seeing some
Ooh.
verticality from Influx here. Both players really digging into this board. Not a lot of yellow. There's no yellow access right now for Influx. He's going to have to get some clears. Finally, does get some access and then gets that double yellow to drop down. Good opening play here. It is a 5 virus advantage for Frank.
Yeah, I was watching Frank's opening gambit and I just saw he was making all the plays that I would have made in that situation. It was just really nice seeing the combo brain of Frank piece everything together and get the RNG in order to be able to piece everything together, which has helped him amass a 15 virus lead at this point in time. Incredible work. But you can see that Influx is making these really, really fun looking, intricate setups, getting everything ready to go. I can't wait to see how this all pans out. What do you think, JB?
Influx is going to have something real interesting on that right side of the board here. It may just also just be a lot
There
of
we go.
garbage. There's the clear. Boom. Getting himself down to 15. 9 viruses to go here. Looks like Frank has gotten a lot of yellow, which he has not had an immediate need for. And I think he's looking for a specific blue piece, possibly a red blue or a double blue, or he's just going to drop something down. He is down to his final virus. It is 6 to go here for Influx. He's needing a lot of yellow to open up that right side of the board. Going to get himself some of that garbage off the board. Frank out first at a 143. He has himself a good opening sequence here. Would really love to see some red blue for him. He can get himself a little 4x4 or a 2x2 clear of some viruses here. Influx going to get a double red. He's out at 2 minutes flat. And it is a 7 virus chase down, still a manageable margin here for Influx to try to come back from as these players cross the 2 minute mark.
Yeah, considering the initial distance that Frank had managed to get in that level 10, Influx has managed to close the gap a little bit, in part caused by the awkwardness that Frank's intro to the board seemed to be. It looked to be a little bit of an awkward spot trying to figure out how to work his way around the board. But he is making good headway into this now. Looking at it, looking back at Influx's board, he has got a fair bit of blue, as I'm noticing. But finding ways to clear it at this point in time and thinking he might maybe try and do a fat log at the bottom of the board. Oh, maybe. Oh, maybe.
Looks like
Possibly.
he's
I'm
looks like
curious to
that's what
see
he
how this
wants
pans
to
out.
do.
I feel like we all
Definitely,
want to do it, but let's. Oh, there we go.
there it
There it is.
is.
Beautiful.
And John Dat Flindo, I'm sure, getting his emote out, or he's practicing, one of the two. 9 viruses to go here is Influx making this a competitive run here and getting himself just some good sequencing. He has some great end game sequencing, and we're seeing that on display here. He is going to have to get some garbage out as Frank out first at a 333. And looks like here it's going to have to be Influx going vertical on these yellows just to get horizontal access to the red. And there it is. He is out at a 346. So he has narrowed the gap down to just a 5 virus chase down as these players now halfway through on crown number 4.
Yeah, the chase down isn't looking quite so dire as it might have been, say maybe about a minute or two ago. Uh, but as we are looking at these boards now, Frank has a fair bit of again a fair bit of blue. What's with all of these beginning blue boards? I've noticed a lot of them today so far. It's certainly not great to see, but they are making their way through. Looking over at Influx's board, it looks to be setting up. I'm thinking he's trying to make maybe a horizontal clear, try and clear out some of the blues so that blue stack in column 4 can drop down as well. There we go. Very, very nice.
And Frank's got a very high stacked board here, and it has allowed Influx to take a slight lead as it is 24 to 27 here. Influx just grinding this board down. He's got limited in his access to blue. He's going to have to combo to get blue, as we saw there on that right side of the board. 18 viruses to go here for Influx. Great tuck there uh, by Influx on that left side of the board. Frank now starting to dig back. He's down to under 20 viruses, 18 to 16 here as we cross 5 minutes.
Yeah, and I'm seeing what Frank is doing. There's something that I have noticed that I really like about Frank's play is that he makes sure to keep the doubles as doubles. Like he very rarely separates them, which helps to keep the board relatively clean and easy to clear lots of viruses at one time.
Mhm.
But as you can see, it looks as if he is. Is he maybe going to set up a long horizontal clear at the bottom? I think he might to clear both
Oh,
those
would
red
drop
columns.
fat log there by Influx. He is now in the lead out of 12 first at a 541. Sorry to interrupt there. Just a really,
That's
really
perfectly
nice
fine.
play there by Influx as we see Frank out at a 552. It is a 4 virus chase down now for Frank as we're in this final level.
Yeah, Influx just managing to speed ahead with all of the combos that he was doing. So I didn't quite see what you saw because I was paying attention to what Frank was doing. But thank you for pointing it out because we would not have wanted to miss that. Um, they're looking over at both of their boards now. There seems to be a lot of red and blue in clustered in the center, lower center of Influx's board, and it's staircased ever so slightly, which could be a little bit awkward to deal with. Meanwhile, looking over at Frank's board, I'm I don't like how this looks right now. Is all I'm gonna say about it. I'm not a fan of how the colors are all together. It looks again to be, dare I say it, awkward.
It's not as awkward as it was just a moment ago, as we just saw
Oh,
those great clears there by Frank. Influx is at 17. Frank is at 18. Both these players digging. There's that high wing column for Frank in column number 8. He's going to want to get that down as Influx is in a very, very manageable position here to put this away. He's going to get himself a horizontal clear, and now he's setting up underneath. He's going to get himself a drop. He is in a really great position here. What a sequence by Influx. He can put this away with one more red. Where is it going? He's got to make a staircase
come on,
way
dog.
up there. There it is, a 721 for
Woo!
Influx. That is going to seal the deal and punch his ticket to the finals. What a comeback, down by 7 viruses early, making it a game here. It's a 735 for Frank, which is also a very, very good time. But Influx just put together a great endgame sequence to put this one away.
Yeah, incredible playing from Influx toward the end there. Incredible playing from Frank as well, but we can see now that Influx really wanted to tie up their current, dare I say it, rivalry. It is now 4-4 for the both of them. Now we've got another brilliant, dare I say it, match for y'all coming up next. You're watching the DRMC. Hello, hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Dear MC. We have a match and a half for y'all going on right now. We have got John Dat Flindo versus Watchma, and I'm joined by the one and only Solar Espion. Espy, what do you think is going to happen with this match? What are your thoughts? Just from the just on the offset. What do you think?
I think we're going to see some fireworks in this match. Both of these players are looking to end a drought right now. We consider them both heavy hitters here in the Dr. Mario community, but we haven't seen either of them in a grand final in over a year. March of 2025 for Watchma, October 2024 for Flindo. Both of these players had to slay a giant to get here. They're going to play like they have nothing to lose. I expect a lot of aggressive and fast virus deletion.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and we can see that Flindo, Watchma has about a 30-second advantage on the 10 to 13 best so far. But of course, maybe they'll get PBs in this. Maybe. So we'll just have to wait and see. We got readies from both of our players. Now we're just waiting on the countdown.
And here is that
And we got.
countdown. We have 3, 2, 1, and pills.
Let's see what these two can do. Ooh, all right.
Right away, a couple of pretty good build opportunities for Flindo. If he can get those yellows out of his top line like he just did, that'll really help get him into the heart of his board. Watchma, I'm not loving how little blue he has all the way down. Going to be a lot of efficient play required to keep the pace here. Flindo off
Yeah.
to a great start with his usual comboing.
Yeah, you gotta love the combo game. As we know, Flindo is a very well both Watchman and Flindo are very well versed in the versus game. And they are just showing it with how they are able to group together combinations of viruses and pills to be able to make very quick, efficient clears. And to your point with the amount of blue, well, the lack of blue in Watchman's board, thankfully he's not getting many blue pills. So, well, as I said, that he starts getting them, but just when he's able to open up to the blues at the bottom of the board, so very advantageous for him. 18 to 16 at this point in time, now 16 to 15, it is incredibly close as we're getting toward the end game of this level 10.
Yeah, Watchman was pretty wanting on blue viruses most of the way down, and we actually found them because they were all on Flindo's board. He has 11 viruses to go. They're all blue and yellow. He has nothing to do with red, and he really doesn't have much to do with the yellow until he can get some of this blue out of the way. And you can tell from some of that body language here that there isn't much that he wants or can use right now. Down to 5 viruses, keeping it still a level game, but gonna need some help from RNG to keep this level moving at the pace he wants.
Yeah, I think he would have liked to have an extra blue yellow to make a fat log at the bottom of the board. As we know, Flindo loves the fat logs. I mean, he has a song about it. But he is out at a 155 into his level 11. Meanwhile, Watchman was ever so slightly ahead, getting into his level 11. And I do not like that kind of immediate drop in column 4, going all the way to the bottom of the board that Watchman had. So that is of no fault of his. That's just how the board generated, which is unfortunate. But making good headway into this board so far is Watchman. Meanwhile, taking a look back at Flindo. Again, there is a little bit of what looks to be a chasm in this kind of in the center of the board as well, which might also result in a fair bit of drop time if things don't quite work out how he wants them to.
Yeah, but both players fighting with a little bit of a chasm in their board early on. What Watchma's was just in column 4 and very pronounced right away. Flindo has kind of had to clear the middle of his board just given some of the pills that he gets. What that means now is potential drop time later in the level, and also only 2 yellow viruses left out of 21. Again, he has quite a lot of the blue that Watchman might have been wanting for a more diverse board on his side. It is Watchman who's taken a little bit of a lead, and I think probably also has slightly better setups as far as viruses that can be taken in doubles and some of the triple pills that were set up, like the yellow clear you just saw. It's now a 10 virus lead getting into the end of level 11.
Yeah, and it looks as if looking over at Flindo's board now, there are the blues. A lot of the blues that he has are kind of like dotted around. Some of them are together, so provided the RNG is favorable to him, he could try and take them out pretty quick and efficiently. But well, now as I say about needing blues, he gets them. So you're welcome for that, Flindo. But as we are looking at these boards, they are both just fighting tooth and nail to get through to the last few viruses that they have. Watchma just down to one virus, getting one more blue out at a 357 into his level 12.
Yeah, Watchman doing a good job there. Wasn't able to completely eliminate drop time, but did minimize it as much as possible, and also made sure he didn't have to manufacture anything in that end game, which would have slowed him down a lot. That means that he is going to have a pretty strong head start as we get into level 12 here. It's Flindo still just needing blue. Even his yellow virus in the bottom right corner is hinged on just getting a blue. So naturally, here's a yellow-red rush for him.
Yeah, only needing blue, but unfortunately the dock is blueless in Bleaddle, and there's nothing we can do about it. But as we are watching back over, looking at what Watchman's doing, he just made a nice little horizontal, clearing out some blues. It looked like, and I bet Flindo is wishing that he could get the blues that Watchman's currently getting. Just oh my goodness, the ketchup and mustard that the doc keeps giving. This is cruelty unto itself. What on earth?
This is honestly disgusting, and I feel bad for Flindo. He is unfortunately going to be over 5 minutes getting out of this 11. A little bit of an accidental teardown of the tower he's building because it's all just two colors. Finally, here's the blue. He's out at a
Finally.
515.
And
Watchma has gotten through over half of his level 12 in the time that it took Flindo to get about 6 blue pill halves.
yeah, and you can tell Flindo is not happy about how that end board of level 11 went, and there was nothing that could have been done about it. I don't think no amount of strong playing could have fixed that, because that was just a case of the doc being rude, and we know what he's like. We know what the doc's like. You love him, you hate him. It's a very common occurrence in amongst the community, as we know. But looking over at Watchman's board, he is right down to his end game and getting some nice red and a few yellows in order to clear out the rest of his board. Just needing a couple yellows and some blue, and he will be out.
Yeah, Watchman did a great job taking down the second half of his board
Oh,
in very efficient manner. Flindo still working on pretty much the top of his level 12. He had a few very spired combos that he was making earlier. But I was a little bit afraid that maybe he was getting desperate for big flashy plays to try to Hail Mary his way back into this match. It is Watchma already into level 13. That was at about 620, as Flindo has 19 viruses to go in his level 12.
But with those kind of Hail Mary type plays that you thought Flindo was trying to make, they did help somewhat, because now he is down to 16 viruses, where before it looked a lot more dire. And yes, fair enough, Watchman is into his level 13, but maybe just maybe things might work out. You just have to wait and see. We know Flindo can be quite the speedster, so we'll just have to see how the pills fall, how everything works out, how everything shapes out to be. And you can see he's making a really nice drop clear. There we go, right at the left-hand side of the board. Down to 3 viruses is Flindo on his level 12. Meanwhile, looking back over at Watchma, he is down to 25 viruses on his level 13.
Yeah, Watchman again has pulled up a pretty sizable lead here. This match is not a foregone conclusion. We have seen just how rude RNG can be literally about 3 minutes ago. But Watchman is definitely already in his end game here. There are a lot of blues that can be taken out in elegant ways if he's able to see them.
And he's setting up a fat log. There we go.
Beautiful fat
Very,
log there,
very
down to
nice.
just 12 viruses to go.
Yeah, meanwhile, looking over at Flindo's board, there is a lot of red at the top of the board, but he is making quick work of it. Very, very nice, very good. I think he might have been trying to make a bit of a combo setup, but decided to not go ahead with it, just clearing everything out quickly and efficiently. Meanwhile, though, Watchma is just waiting on a couple more blue, and he will be out. There's 1, and there's 2, out at an 817.
Even 817 might not be the time that everyone's looking for in this level block. Sub 8 really the benchmark of a great time, but some pretty rough seeds on both sides, as you can tell by Flindo taking the time to type in the chat asking for seeded play during that crown, which I think we all agree with him at this point.
Mhm.
But you just got to shake that off. I know he has a short memory. Watch, he is literally shaking it off right there. And crown number 2 coming up, and hopefully see quite a bit of a reversal of fortune for both these players.
Mhm. I mean, we all want to see more and more Dr. Mario. We want to see what Flindo and Watchma have to show for us all. We want to see we want to see them pull out all the stops and just show us what they're made of because I mean, this game is a fun one and we love to watch it, we love to call it. And we have readies from both of our players and we are just getting the countdown going in 3, 2, 1, pills.
Yeah, when I mentioned earlier, I expected to see rare form from both these players. I did not mean from the Doctor. So let's hope for lots of diversity and lots of nice double setups, which it looks like we have a decent job of that on both boards. But I do like Watchma's a little bit better with those squares of viruses across the middle.
Mm. Oh, and I can see that Flindo is setting up quite the interesting combo. Just waiting on this blue. There we go. Lovely cross clear, clearing out a bunch of viruses in the center of the board just there. Very, very nice. Meanwhile, looking over at Watchman's board, there is a lot of blue and yellow clumped together in the middle, right in the center of the board there, as you can see. So it will be interesting to see how he's able to take off all of these viruses off the board.
Yeah, Watchman's board does look a little bit scary on a glance, but he did a good job opening up access to red that he can underclear over in
Watch
columns 2,
this.
3, and 4.
Oh my goodness. I'm surprised that that didn't make the game even glitch on Flindo's side. There was a massive clear, just right in dead center of the board. That was beautiful to see. You love to see it.
Yeah, and that has basically tied this game up again. Watchman had pulled out a little bit of a lead just on the status of the board he'd been generated, but we're neck and neck now. 9 viruses plays 10, and Flindo even has a little bit cleaner of a board. Although those 3 viruses in column 1, maybe just a little bit of a headache to clear out efficiently.
Mm. Yeah, Flindo needing a few blue in order to be able to clear everything out. Meanwhile, Watchman out at about a 135 into his level 11. Flindo getting a nice blue horizontal at the bottom of the board. Now just needing blues. Come on, Doc. Come on. Don't be like this.
Are we doing this
Cool.
again?
Just this
That
once, be
that
cool,
wasn't
Doc.
quite as
Come
bad.
on. Out at a
That wasn't quite as
155,
bad as
Flindo.
the other one. Yeah, well, Watchman definitely had some setups at the end of his level 10 that I wasn't seeing. He admittedly got out of that end game faster than I expected or saw. So he has about a 10 virus lead as we get into level 11 here. Um, I feel bad, but it's because Flinto couldn't buy a blue there. Great big brick clear to get through the top right side of his board has closed the gap a little bit.
Yeah, that was a really nice clear from Flindo to just eradicate a bunch of viruses, a bunch of blues, which, I mean, there's still loads of blues left on this board, a lot of which bunched up at the bottom. So hopefully it won't be too difficult to clear, and fingers crossed. But we will just have to wait and see. Ooh, another really nice clear from Flindo. But as we take a look back over at Watchma getting a nice cross clear into a drop vertical, just washing away all of these viruses, making everything nice and clean and tidy.
Yeah, Watchman had a well-timed double blue there that he could have used in quite a few different locations, and that Flindo is probably a little bit jealous of right about now. He's looking to have a little bit of blue built up on the sides of his board again, while Watchman has an all-red end game. So maybe just a little bit of the single color woes will hit Watchman here. He has 3 viruses to go. It's a 14 virus lead. He's looking to get out of level 11 and under 330, and he will do just that.
It's very quick work from Watchma, just speeding through, speeding ahead. You can tell that he really wants to win. He doesn't want to leave any room for doubt for these matchups, for this match. Meanwhile, whoa! Did you see that on Flindo's side of the board? Just the board in the bottom left corner of the screen exploded. That was incredible.
I think that was a drop into 3 verticals at the same time, and that was
Yeah.
definitely pretty looking, and it definitely speeds along the end game he's looking at here. You mentioned you can tell that Watchmo really wants this. We can tell that Flindo does too. It's just that to a certain extent he's not really being allowed to. Two
Mm.
viruses to go. You'd like to take him horizontally, but there's quite a bit of garbage underneath, so that's maybe not the uh, clearest way down. May need to take these as two double verticals, and that looks like it is what he's going to do. He's going to get out of level 11 at about 4:30, so it's close to a minute lead for Watchma. But again, two long levels to go. There's plenty of time to make up a gap.
Hmm. Yeah, we know full well that, as we've said before, the Doc can be incredibly cruel with RNG when he's feeling spicy. Um, so who's to say that something? I don't want to wish it upon Watchma. I really, really don't. But you never know with this game. You never know with the Doc what he might be feeling like doing on any particular moment at any particular day. But looking over back at Flindo just speeding ahead in this level 12, just making quick work of all of these viruses, making really nice double clears, nice short stacks, keeping everything just tight knit and very very clean clears going on the board is Flindo. Meanwhile, you have Watchma just trying to clear through these blues at the bottom of the board there, getting getting a opportune double blue there to clear the right hand side, the column 8 blues that he had waiting there. Now just needing a couple more blues and he will be out of his level 12.
Yeah, Flindo has had a board for this level 12 that I really, really liked. You had a lot of doubles all the way down, but there weren't very few of them were in 2x2 virus blocks. So with even just a little bit of pill diversity, you can fly through levels like that. He cut the lead down from 30 viruses to about 15 over the course of this level 12 so far. Watchma, unfortunately, has a little bit of the board like Flindo had for level 12. So he's going to be able to turn on the jets in the last level of this block as well.
But as you can see, you see Watchman making a really nice drop clear toward the right hand side of the board, just trying to keep the stacks, the double stacks, because there are a lot of them in this board. You can kind of just about see them. Uh, Trying to make the setups, trying to make the clears efficiently and quickly as he possibly can. There we go, another really good drop clear that Watchman makes. It is 52 now as Flindo gets into the level 13 to 26 in favor of Watchma, but again, anything could happen at this point.
Yeah, Flindo was at a level 12 at about 625, so he did make up a little bit of ground on Watchma in level 12 as I expected, but still about 24 viruses to go to complete the comeback here. Watchma has a little bit of stacked up virus action on his columns 1 and 8. We've seen before that may not be the easiest thing to get to. Looks like he's getting the right pills to
Ooh,
drill through that
nice.
with some speed. So, and as we near this match's conclusion, it looks like it will be Watchma yet again. Though, again, you never know when there's a color that you won't see for 20 or 30 pills at a time. 5 viruses to go against 26. It won't quite be a sub 7.5 for Watchma, but it will be nice and close to that, as he needs just 4 red halves across 2 viruses to get out of this level block.
Getting an opportune double red, and then there we go, out at a 7:45 for Watchma. But looking over at Flindo's board, he really managed to claw his way back. It's just unfortunate how some of the RNG and the board shapes ended up being, because we know what Flindo can do. We know the skill that he has, and let's just hope that he can really show off what he can do in this next crown, and hopefully maybe we'll get a, if we're lucky, not to say a reverse sweep, but it'd be nice to get a decider.
Yeah, Flindo looking like he's going to go ahead and play out the end of this round, and I don't think I disagree with that play at all. Just
Mm.
you get that behind you, get the confidence of finishing out a level block.
Mm.
Unfortunately, Flindo is on the ropes now, as you've hinted at. I'd like to see a little bit better RNG from him, so that he's not having to fight off his back foot for the entire second half of these
Mm.
crowns. But on the reverse side, Watchma, they don't ask how, they ask how many, and Watchma's at match point. So one more crown will move him into the finals for the first time in over a year to face Inflock.
Mhm. But as we know, Flindo, as we've said before, he is a very tough opponent, and I think when the pressure mounts up, he can hit back really, really hard. So I'm honestly looking forward to seeing what he is able to pull out of the proverbial hat.
Yeah, we mentioned these level 12s and 13s. Comebacks are always possible. Crowns are not a foregone conclusion. Neither is this entire set. You got to win 3 in a row. Could be RNG, could be stamina, could be any number of reasons why fortunes could turn. Here we have our countdown for crown number 3. It's 3, 2, 1, and pills. Watchma trying to end it, Flindo trying to extend it, and a big gap on the left side of the board under this top line for Flindo is the first thing I noticed.
Yeah, that is quite the gap. Oh, getting a really nice horizontal with the double blue there. Very opportune for Flindo. Just it makes the gap a little bit larger, but it does also mean that he has access to those blues and yellows on the left-hand side, the lower left-hand side of the board. Meanwhile, as we take a look over at Watchma's board, you can see he's setting up this. He was going to be setting up a drop combo. I could see it cooking, but he needed a yellow and he wasn't getting it. But there we go. Not quite as impressive as I imagine he was hoping it would have been, but it still keeps the board relatively clean with the decisions that he had made to get to that point. 26 to 29 in favor of Flindo at this point in time.
Yeah, Flindo definitely had the more fortunate opening. He was did the right thing as far as when he got through that gap on the left side of his board in such a way that it kept room to place any pill at any time. His yellows now at this ending are a little bit buried, but he can still do things with almost any pill that he sees. It's a 3 virus lead. Now make it 4, and this big drop combo on the right side will help get rid of his collimate spire a little bit.
Yeah, I could see it. While yes, it was a spire, I could tell that he had planned that setup from the get go, with how
Definitely.
he stacked everything up. So while it might have looked a little bit messy, you could tell that it was all planned, it was all accounted for, and you can see he's making another really nice clear there. But meanwhile, as we look back over at Watchma's board, you can see he's trying to set up what looks to be a horizontal with these reds and blues right in the center of the board. So let's see how well it shapes up.
Yeah, Watchman did end up with a little bit cleaner of an end game here on this level 10. He's going to be able to take those last 2 red viruses horizontally, whereas Flindo is down to 2 blue viruses and they are as far apart as they can be, so he needs to attack them one at a time. Watchman is out just under the 210 mark, but it is hopefully, well, I'm not going to finish that sentence because I just saw the double red rush that Flindo, again, he got out of it quicker than he did in the first crown, but feel like we're watching a movie on repeat a little bit on his side of the screen sometimes. Big yellow T in the middle of the board will help Watchma get into the core of his level 11, as it's about a 10 virus lead at 2.5 minutes.
Yeah, and you can see he's setting up another T clear in the center of the board with those reds and yellows. He's just waiting on a blue yellow. Oh no, not taking it just yet, but there we go, getting the nice drops to clear out everything. 32 to 28. It is, despite the red rush at the end of level 10 for Flindo, he is storming back through this level 11, just trying to make sure to be able to stay in the game as best as he can and just showing us all what he can do.
Yeah, the red end game for Watchmen at the end of level 10, and then the way he was holding out for a couple of these combos at the beginning of 11 have allowed this game to stay closer than maybe it would have otherwise. 16 viruses plays 22. A couple huge combos there from both players at the same time, dropping down, getting 3 or 4 viruses all at once.
Mhm.
Watchma's in his end game, but it's all in the columns 1, 2, and 8, really. So hopefully he is able to avoid drop time with this ending.
Mm.
Unfortunately, you need to take some there with that blue pellet in column 1.
Yes, this end game, the board was a little bit spied in those columns, as you were saying, and now waiting on some red to just clear out the rest of the board. But as we know, the dock can be a little bit finicky. Red is supposed to be a little bit more common, um, but who's to say? But
It's
there we
really
go.
not.
Out of the it's really not. Yeah. But out of the 407 is Watchma. Meanwhile, looking over at Flindo's board, a lot of blue and well, no blue now. Now just needing some reds and yellows in order to get out of this level 11.
And Flindo finally ending up in a game situation where he doesn't need blue to end the board, and it has meant he's gotten out relatively cleanly, out at 430. It's a 9 virus lead going into level 12. And once again, Flindo has a good looking speed board in level 12 with a lot of double opportunities, but not necessarily in 2x2 blocks that can, with the right RNG, get this, flip the lead back in his favor potentially.
Yeah, and to your point with him not needing blues in his end game, Flindo was getting blues in that end game, which it feels to add a little bit of insult to injury when you see that happening. It's a bit oh, and he tops out. I don't fault him for that. This board was not conducive to quick times, so hopefully this one is better. And I'm seeing it, and it looks a lot better structurally compared to the one that had generated prior. Hopefully he's able to speed ahead, because as we look over at Watchman's board, he is down to 17 viruses and getting a really nice blue and yellow into a drop clear.
Yeah, Flindo's first level 12 here in this block was on paper a good level to have, but with the pills he was getting, there were a lot of blue and specifically double blue dependencies that would have plagued him all the way down. I don't disagree with his decision to go ahead and top out and get a new level. For anyone who maybe hasn't seen that maneuver before, you are allowed to top out and start over like that as long as you keep your timer running. So Flindo effectively eating a little bit of time loss there just for a board that he thinks will be easier to get through. And I'm inclined to agree with him, although we see Watchman now into level 13, just past the 6-minute mark, as Flindo still has 23 viruses to go.
And you can see he's going to be setting up this. I'm thinking it. Okay, not anymore. It might have been a red yellow fat log, but no, he's decided to just take them separately. Still a really nice set of clears. He's setting up a T clear with the red there and setting up a drop, a drop yellow clear as well on top of those reds there. So he's just waiting for one red to set that combination off. A red blue I think would be most preferable for him, but unfortunately not getting it. Come on, Doc, just this once, be cool. Be kind. You can do it.
Yeah, I do think he is specifically looking for a red, blue, or a double red.
There we
That is
go.
fine as well.
That is good too. Absolutely.
Huge destruction of that side of the board. Potential for horizontals or crosses on these last couple blues. But Watchma is down to just 22 viruses to go in his level 13, looking to end this match in a 3-crown sweep, and has kept a very balanced board all the way down as far as what he needs and what he can use.
Yeah, at this point, Flindo is just looking to not get lapped. So, but at least getting the blues that he needed to clear out this board, which it's good to see it when you need it. It's unfortunate when you don't need it, but at this point he did. Just waiting to get this nice drop clear, but there we go. Getting the really, really fun stack of clears going down, did Flindo. Meanwhile, looking back over at Watchma, he is just down to his final 3. Just waiting for those final pills to be able to put the nail in the coffin.
Yeah, I would expect that Flindo is aware of the state of this game, maybe trying to be just a little bit flashy here at the ending. As Watchman is out at an 8-13, that does complete the 3-crown sweep. Good foresight there to clear that last yellow virus with a drop cross so that you don't make a horizontal and undo some of your own progress. Really great play from both players. Unfortunately, a little bit of randomness got in the way of the match we were expecting, but that means that it will be Influx and Watchma in your grand final. That'll be coming up right after this. Stay tuned. This is the DRMC.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the finals for the June 2026 Gold Speed Championship. My name is Ramsey, and I am joined by Betty B. And Betty, we've got two absolute veterans of the game here. We've got the 1 seed Influx, the 7 seed Watchma. These two, both no strangers to the finals, both former champions. Well, what can you tell us about this final matchup that we've got this month?
They are both no strangers to each other, having played quite a few times in the past. And these two have both been to the finals before, so have both also tasted a championship before. So we'll see who needs to have that feeling again right here and try and see who takes this crown for this month's tournament.
Yeah, we've got our finals here, levels 14 to 17. Again, a best of 5 situation. So we got potential 5 crowns to decide it all for this month. And when you're talking about the 14 to 17, that level 17, you're talking top of the board plays. It's very high up, almost as high up as it goes, and it's hard to do in under a pressure situation. So we're gonna have some amazing plays here, and just waiting for Watchman to finish up his practice, and then we will get underway.
When you mentioned that top of the board play, Watchma is one of the people that I know does that very, very well, and so we will be seeing that on his side of the board as well as Influx. But yeah, definitely Watchma sometimes in his practices just practices those top 2 lines and maneuvering the pill around. So definitely something that in these later levels will be a good thing to have.
Yep, and both players are no stranger to the versus scene either. Very common to be practice your play like that as well. As we have both players on our level select screen, and I'm looking for readies. We have a ready from Influx. I'm not sure if Watchman is. We do have a ready from both
Yep.
players, so we're just waiting for the count in. Here it is for the game 1 of the finals in 3, 2, 1, pills. And we are underway. Influx with a nice looking board, a lot of blues in the top couple rows. Watchma with some possible setups for yellow here. He's going to take build up for a T there. That's really well set up with another red yellow. Very nice. Oh, he may have meant to put it
That's
this way that
okay.
he's doing right now. Very nicely done. Nice recovery there.
Yeah, and that's the thing, like, the way he did it was not bad by any means, but you saw us kind of like because it's that top of the board play that we try to stay away from just in case we have a, controller malfunction or something like that. But, Watchman was able to see that and take down exactly what he needed to. No trash when he made that play. But now on Influx's side, he is maintaining about, a 9 virus lead here with the plays that he's been making.
Yeah, and he's got nowhere to put blue at the moment, really. He's got just this one at the very bottom of column 5 exposed, so he's going to need to open some up, and that's what he's doing there on the left. You see a bunch of blue right underneath these yellow viruses, so he's going to be going to need to open up both sides because he's kind of got a bit of a V shape going on. Watch this board a little more flat, kind of slope from right to left, but this yellow blue on the right side is going to leave him with nowhere to put yellows either. So maybe some bit of color diversity issues early, but Watchma opening some up, Influx opening some up. It is a 3 virus game. We are very close here as we head towards our end game at level 14.
Wow. And speaking of the dearth of blue that Influx needed at the or top of his board, now a Watchman needs a ton of yellow and getting some of it, making some plays, probably trying to retain that little blue half exactly as he did with that horizontal at the very bottom of his board. So Watchman definitely trying to keep this game close as he needs those yellows to come. Looking for some reds to help also as well. And Influx, oh, he is, you see what he's making, right? Look at this.
Big drop sequence.
Wow. And look at what it leaves over. This wonderful underclear with the blues. Oh, just happened to have that come in clutch for him. But look, Watchman with an underclear of his own with just needing one more yellow. And there it is, out at a 228, so right behind Influx.
Yeah, both players doing a very clever sequence to de-sandwich a big double at the bottom of their board. So both players getting out of those, kind of awkward looking boards at first glance with very clever plays. So top of this board, Watchman, not any access to blue at the moment. He's got a little bit now that he opened that up with the red and the yellow clears there on the left and right respectively, and a nice little drop combo there. So good sequence from Watchma. Influx with a bunch of blue that he's got to fight through as well. Nowhere to put anything else at the moment. Got just a little bit of red access, but this double blue timely going to drop everything down, and his board has cleaned up very nicely. So we've got still just a 3-virus game. This is absolutely anybody's game. We're about halfway through our level 15.
Yeah, watching Influx break down that board, he was definitely making some clears that you're like, why did he clear that? That's exactly where he wanted it. But it was for that board health state that we talk about all the time. The fact that, yeah, that clear was something that could be used down the road, but it was not helping at that time with the pills that were coming in the next box. So these players keeping a lot in their mind right now to try and break this down as efficiently as possible.
Yeah, Influx got a bit of. He's really set himself up to require this red horizontal. He's going to open up and he's going to fill in that column 4 to get that nice drop combo there. He's down to 12 viruses. Watchman down to 19, but look at how many doubles at the bottom of this board.
Yes.
He can absolutely take all of these out with just minimum pills. He'd love like red yellow specifically. That's great. And now a little bit more yellow help, and he is going to be out of here in a hurry. Influx needing no more yellow. He is out of yellow, but a big triple virus clear at the bottom. He needs just 2 more blue halves to be out. Uh, Watchman needs just 2 more red halves to be out. So both these players absolutely neck and neck, pill for pill. Looks like Watchman's going to be out first by 2 seconds into level 16. We are absolutely neck and neck. Top of this board, not a lot of color diversity for Watchman. He's going to have to be really careful with the order he takes it in. Influx with a little more yellows than he might like to deal with. So both players are going to have to be really careful at the top of this level 16.
Yeah, and Watchman now has no access to red, but it looks like he's trying to create a little bit of, red access with this yellow that he's looking at maybe setting up horizontally. He is showing that he's going to do that. He does take it right there. Oh, wow. And followed up by this red blue for the horizontal clear. That was awesome work by Watchman. Had a little bit of a shift error there, but it's not going to impact him too much.
Yeah, he could potentially clear the blues out horizontally. He could potentially, it looks like he is going to do the blues horizontally and then kind of open it up there. So he's got about an 11 virus lead with that nice sequence early. And this big drop, big
Wow.
L, capital L for Watchman. Very nicely done. But Influx got a lot of efficient short clears, it looks like. This blue, very nicely done. And he's got this blue red. He wants a yellow red or yellow blue. Any yellow will do for that left side for Influx. He's not getting it yet, but he's still got some places to put it. This yellow red is going to make a nice big drop cross. Very nicely done for Influx. He's about 7 viruses behind though. As Watchman's bottom of his board, it was a bit red heavy, but he's cleared that up. And this is looking pretty good if he can, but he has nowhere to use yellows at all.
Yeah, he definitely doesn't, and that's been a long time coming here. And it looks like he's probably going to be setting up those blues horizontally. That's what it looks like. But then it's going to cause a little bit of an issue with the reds unless he's using it as a D sandwich in that column 8, which that is probably the play I would make, and he does do that. So just needing 2 more reds to get out of this and taking a commanding lead at this point from Influx with 10 viruses left on his level 10 or
Yeah.
level 16. Sorry.
Yeah, but his blues are in horizontals. These are kind of come off one after the other. There's a horizontal there. He's got the red set up. He's got another horizontal coming with the blues. He would love a blue that's not red, but is gonna take it. He's gonna do the yellow first because that would have dropped it and ruined the combo. One
Oh, look
more
at
red.
this.
He's out. 7-19. Both players into their final level. Watchman, and we're talking at the top of this board, very high up. So both players have to be really careful here. Watchman down past that first layer, pretty garbage free, but Influx not so lucky. He's gonna have to be careful. Nice time with the double blue, and it looks like he's going to make it out as well, but it's still kind of precarious. That column 7 for Influx a bit rough.
Yeah, now with these type of setups and with the pills that were being provided to Influx, that is going to be a hard ask because as you can see down on that level 7, it goes down for a while because normally what you try to do when you get close to the top of your board and you don't have enough room to get those 4 colors of a kind is you try and find a space to build under. And right now, he's going to have to manufacture that in a lot of different ways because he doesn't really have that. But here, if he takes that yellow horizontal, he will get that one space he needs to maneuver a red in. And I think that's what he's going to do. And he does that.
Yeah, very nicely done. If you're looking to get better in your versus play, that's the exact kind of creative creative space creating to get out of tight situations like that. But that has given Watchma a chance to build a 17 virus lead. It's a big drop combo from his as well. He is absolutely not slowing down, and he is storming his way. This is the final level of our block. So if Watchma can finish this first, he will take game number 1. Influx, meanwhile, has good color diversity and a nice
Wow.
combo of his own. So
Mhm.
he's not ready to surrender just yet, but Watchma quite a bit ahead, and we're near the end game here.
Yeah, but you can see how Influx is trying to retain some of the, pills that were originally trashed by underclearing, and it does give him that more able to make these clears. And so, he's not out of the woods or not out of it yet. He is actually bringing this back to just a 5 virus game, and a lot of blues on Watchman's board. We'll see if that actually comes for him, and if the pills provide.
Yeah, and look at this combo. Influx setting up
Whoa.
big, nicely done. He's been setting that up for a while, but Watchma is down to just his final single blue half. He needs 1 blue half to get out of the level. Influx still has 7 viruses left. Watchma going to be out at a 947, and that
Wow.
is enough for crown number 1. First strike goes to Watchma, but Influx not far behind. 1 more red blue, and he is just going to be about 20 seconds or so behind.
I really think that was decided in level 17 with the way the boards were generated, what they had to do to actually get into their momentum in that level 17. So, but that's a credit to both of these players for keeping it so close and letting that 17 kind of decide that stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. We love seeing the last level decide the game there. Watchman carried a bit of a lead into it and was able to hold it the whole time despite a late charge by Influx. So very nicely done. Uh, we're gonna get resets and back to the level select screen for both players as we wait for game 2.
We have the ready and the elusive Reedy in chat. And we have our countdown, our 3, 2, 1, and pills. Right. Influx's board very, very compact, and Watchman's board a little bit more floaty throughout the middle of it, and so we'll see how that impacts their plays going forward.
And Influx's board with not the best diversity at this very moment. He's got a lot of red that he really needs to kind of fight through here. He's going to use this yellow red. 1 more yellow red would be ideal for him, and he's going to kind of hold out for it. Here it is, big drop T into a combo,
Wow!
garbage free. I saw that coming. It's like he really, really wanted to make sure he gets it, and another one for a nice
Look at
drop
this!
horizontal.
Yes!
Great sequencing from Influx. He is going to be out of this level 14 in a hurry at this pace. He's already built up a 10 virus lead over Watchman, who is not really doing bad himself. He's got a little garbage in column 7, but oh my gosh, Influx is down a game and he wants to make sure he gets it back right now.
For sure. And over on Watchma's side, having a lot of red to kind of congest his board here. He is working through it. Maybe a little bit of a misplay there in column 3 with the red that he's been trying to prioritize. So we'll keep seeing that, you know, with his decisions, trying to maneuver around these reds. Wonderful clear on Watchman's side, and followed another with this red horizontal. So he is trying to keep in it, but Influx doing an amazing job. An easy 13. Now, even more than that, Virus lead is Influx.
And he set up that big combo that he just did, and he kind of had to hold off on it because he had options to clear out individual pieces of it, but any clear would have kind of ruined the whole setup that he had. So he did have to wait a little bit, and he's going to open up the blue for a horizontal clear at the bottom. So just one more blue. He's out at 208 out of level 14. He's shaking his head because the start was so fast, and the ending maybe not as fast as he'd like, but he's got a good size lead over Watchman, who's got a messy bottom of the board. He's got a lot of horizontal options, but none of them are open at the moment.
I wonder if that head shake was also the double blue coming when the double blue wasn't going to help him in the way that he wanted, because he did not have a platform or anything to use that. So sometimes the game kind of has its cruel jokes it likes to play on us, for sure. But he is in first, and Watchma still at the end of this level 14 trying to make some work. You can see how he has to either clear one of these reds or these blues, not as efficient as he would like, because he needs to make the forward momentum here. Now he has that clear. He's going to take this probably as a drop, and he did it to the side, because if he would have put that red on the top, that would have taken another, couple of milliseconds of drop time.
Yeah, but that has given Influx about a half a level lead, as he's already down under 30 viruses to go. He would love a double blue. I don't know how long he's going to hold out for it. He is going to get it, though. Very opportune timing for that. Very nicely done. He was in the middle of building up kind of a bailout on the right-hand side, but did get the double blue to clear it out very efficiently. He's down to just 13 viruses. Meanwhile, Watchma at the top of his board has nowhere to put yellows.
Or reds easily. Look at this blue all over it. I like this play by him just to kind of retain that red that's going to be useful right after, and trying to just, I like that build by him in order to take a 0 drop clear. So Watchma is doing what he needs to make this close, and but Influx now out of his 15, that level 14, Watchma is still trying to come out of.
Yeah, big drop combo to clear, but that's going to be a lot of garbage clear, not a lot of viruses cleared. So Watchma's setup's not really paying off the way he would like to. He is behind, and he has to take big risks. I'm not sure if he listens to the commentary or watches, but he's got to know that he's kind of behind. So he's taking big chances, and that's the problem with risks, is that they definitely don't always pan out. Influx has a much more straightforward, but he's building up. He's setting up for a blue horizontal requirement there. He basically has no option. He's setting up another layer underneath it, and he needs just a couple more blues to get to clear it. I guess he just kind of has to go now, or it's going to fester and get too big. Huge drop combo from Influx. That has extended his lead almost to a full level, as Watchman still got a dozen viruses in his level 15.
Yeah, and Watchman's been struggling in this 15 just because of the trash that he had to take with the pills that were being provided to him. And so it is kind of it's been taking some more work than he probably is used to with his play. So I like this clear by him. He's trying to maintain that yellow pill that he had. So he is making the work, but a little bit of mistakes, it looks like, also are contributing to him still being behind.
Yeah, I misshifted that because he saw the yellow blue in the next box. He just needs this one red, though. He is out into his level 16, but the virus lead has grown. It is now over almost 60 virus lead for Influx. That's almost a full level here, as he has an absolute crystal clear board. He needs just 2 yellows and 3 reds in any order, and he's going to be out into his level 17, averaging just about 2 minutes per level. That is a great time. 6:11 through the first 3
Wow.
levels. And let's look at the top of his level 17. He's feeling it. You see
Yeah.
the head nod there.
We are all feeling it as well because we are right here with you. But it's just also a shucky darn for Watchma having to deal with the boards that he's had and in the way that he's had them show up. But Influx playing very high on his board. That was some maneuverability that he was able to take in order to keep from topping out, but he's still not out of it. He has this top level that what is he going to do to break this down? And a horizontal red, he's shaking his head. He's like, don't lose this lead that I maintained.
Yeah, he has made it past that top level. Very precarious always. If you don't get the stuff in just the right order, you sometimes have to do kind of dangerous stuff just to keep from topping out. But he does manage to keep everything free and clear, and he has nowhere to put yellows at the moment. So he's going to still kind of have to build up,
Oh,
but a very nice horizontal there. That opens up the board quite a bit, and he is looking pretty free and clear after he gets past this little bit of a blue barge. But Watchma's still on his level 16. He's got 16 viruses left, and he would love a red-blue and really not much else will do. He can maybe do the blues separately if he wanted to. He's building up a big combo there. He is going to take it separately. Very nicely done. I didn't see quite that solution, so very nicely done by Watchma. But Influx has made it past a bit of a nightmare at the top of the board, and he is basically free and clear already. Look at all the doubles he has in the second half of this board.
yeah, I think Influx might have had kind of a mental shift. He's like, I know I'm ahead. I believe he knows he's ahead. And I just need to play clean. And because I've been seeing him not take the risky plays that he normally is known for and does so well. I mean, he can pull it off, but he knows he doesn't need to. And I think that he had that mental shift in there, and he is making it work because I mean, Watchman just needing 1 blue to get into the 17 to start, but Influx already down to just 7 viruses remaining.
Yeah, and this maybe not as great, maybe not the time sort of time that Watchman was looking for, but this time by Influx is going to be stellar. He's going to be out of here in the low 9 minutes if he can just get a few blues. He's in a bit of a non-blue section of the P sequence, but he's built up enough of a lead that this is not going to matter that much. He needs 5 blue pieces. A little bit of drop time, shaking his head at half a second of drop time. The top player is very picky about their board. Watchman, meanwhile, has a bit of a precarious top of his board as well. He'd love a couple blue reds, but I don't know if he can afford to hold out for him.
Yeah, but look at that beautiful play on the top of the board for Watchma. Influx, if he doesn't get this blue, maybe Watchma does have a
He
chance.
just needs.
I know.
He has the 1 blue piece. He finds it 9:35. Definitely not the level 17 of Influx's dreams, but it is plenty to take game number 2, and he ties the series at 1.
Watchma taking a brief moment to get those controller kinks out. It looks like because nothing's worse than a controller that isn't doing what you want it to in a tournament style. So get that out of the way, get all those jitters out, and we will start up our crown number 3 once we have those readies in chat.
Yeah, and just need waiting on readies and a timer reset from Influx before we can get going.
I don't know why the readies make me chuckle so much, but they do. So we have a
Well-
ready and we have a ready, and we're counting it as a ready. So we are going to have our countdown here.
And we've got readies and readies. 3, 2, 1. Pills, game 3, a pivotal game 3. Both players absolutely want to win this one. Influx with immediately takes the only blue he has available. He is out of blue. He has to open some up. He does quickly though before that becomes too much of an issue. But again, out of blue. Places to put blue, so he's really going to have to work on that. Watchman's board looks a lot more diverse. A nice double there, and a lot of doubles in the middle part of Watchman's board. He's looking to Influx took a huge lead early in game 2. Watchman looking to repay the favor here in game 3.
Yeah, and on Watchman's side, like when he's been making some of his plays, even when he knows where they went, it seems like there's like a little bit of a jitter to it. So I do wonder if he is having controller issues, but it does not look at like that right now, as his board is free and clear of all trash, and is breaking this down and maintaining a 10 virus lead currently. But look at this play from Influx. He's going to be taking, I think, these yellows horizontally is what he's showing, and waiting maybe for this pill. There we go. He is taking that, and it's going to have a clear underneath it, followed by a few other ones.
Yeah, so very nice sequence. Influx got a lot of doubles as well, not quite in the perfect. This left side looks great. The reds, yellows, blues in order. The right side kind of not quite as good, but still a pretty good shape there. Watchmo with some nice horizontal options at the bottom of his board. Both players looking to speed through this end game here. Watchman is going to take this. It's going to kind of ruin the setup a little bit, but not too much. He's still got enough blues for a one-piece horizontal there, and he is looking in great shape. He needs just a handful more of everything, but so does Influx. He's got this double yellow setup at the bottom. He's got a couple reds, just one more red, one more yellow. Watchman out at 2 minutes flat. Influx at 2:03. Both players with an excellent 14, and they are heading into their 15 basically tied.
And I just want to mention one thing. At the end of Influx's board, you probably saw him shift over a red yellow, just so he would have a horizontal capability. And that's what these players do so well, is these small changes that actually do have an impact based on how the pills come. So he was able to take it out with either a red or a red yellow because of how he did that. So it was just fantastic work. It was the red that came, but just giving yourself the flexibility of clearing in multiple different ways is the mark of a amazing Dr. Mario player.
Yeah, and both players are absolute experts in maximizing their options, because sometimes the pieces come just the way you want it, and oftentimes they don't. And giving yourself the flexibility, like you said, to use any to maybe setting the geometry up in a way to use a second pill color
Hmm.
can sometimes make all the difference here. As
Hmm.
we are about halfway through our level 15 here. It's about a 2 virus lead, so this is still absolutely anybody's game here. Influx setting up for this blue horizontal, or this red horizontal rather. Wanted the red yellow, couldn't afford to wait any longer, so he's got a bit of blue garbage. Watchman with a bit of a build going on here in this upper right here. He sees the double red, doesn't quite get it over to a garbage free spot, but he does get the combo and drops that kind of precarious left side of the board. But a bit of a lag here from Watchmen. We'll get that fixed, and we'll get them back on screen as soon as possible.
Yeah, and okay, instantly refreshed, and oh wow, coming back to a T clear is on Watchman's board. That was amazing to watch and come back to. But right now they are neck and neck. And look at this. Wow, these clears by Watchma. They are doing exactly what they need to. But now having a little bit of trash in order to clear basically anything on their board, unless they get some double pills in order. That was an amazing clear on Watchma's side as well.
Yeah, it's almost like this blue going out horizontally would be so good, but it's going to take so many pills to do that
Mhm.
that might just not be worth it. He is going to open that possibility up, but in the meantime, Influx out at 442 into his level 16. He's got a very diverse top of the board. And a lot of red blue doubles in the middle part, yellow blue doubles in the early part. So he's gonna maybe be a bit caught up on a little bit extra on blue viruses. We'll see how that pans out later in this level. Watchma is out around 5 minutes, and the top of his board, he's already setting up some combo play there. Very nicely done. And he's got a lot of diversity available as well. So both players looking pretty good early on in this 16.
Yeah, and Influx trying to make some plays here. He gets the pill that he wants there, but that was after having a little bit of trash situation in that column too. But that said, you can see that he can take it down with just a red to clear. Oh wow, no, he retains it, and now look what he's using with those quote unquote trashy reds, making a a horizontal red clear is Influx. And that is something, if you can, retaining your trash and looking further down your board into seeing, can this possibly help me clear later in the level? And that was just amazing showing of trash turned into a little bit of a treasure there. Normally we talk about that in verses, but that was definitely something on show there.
Yeah, and a huge, excellent, very efficient clear from Influx. That kind of hammer. Not sure if that was a hammer or just a wide L. Not sure what. I don't remember what we've decided these things are. But he has opened up about a 14 virus lead over Watchma as Influx is down at the bottom part of his board. He's got some blue doubles and yellow doubles available, but that
Look.
column 8 looking a bit rough. But Watchma has absolutely carved out all of column 4 and 5 are gone. He's got 2 boards now.
Yeah, but the way Influx, I don't know how he does it, and if I did, I would be right here with him, I'm sure. But the way he's able to retain like the pills that he needs, I don't know if he wanted to do that because that did ruin the blue horizontal I think he was looking for. But maybe that's going to be okay because as soon as he takes this red yellow combo there, he is going to be able to underclear with the blues. Now just needing 1 red, and Watchma storming back though. This is an 11 virus a difference now, and Influx into his final level.
Yeah, Influx has had a couple rough top of the boards here, but it looks like this one is looking quite a bit cleaner. He would love another red blue. Here it is. Going to take that out. Going to take these blues out with a big T on the right hand side, completely free of garbage. He's setting up that blue to drop with a horizontal, and he's going to take that here. And this red gonna. He would love to sneak a red over into column 1 if he gets an opportunity. There it is, and he is
Wow.
completely as kind of rough as the last couple games were on his level 17. This one looking great. He's got down to 47 viruses. Watchma just now finishing to level 17, just under the 8-minute mark, and it is almost a 30 virus chase down as we're at the top of Watchma's board.
Yeah, Influx definitely did make some good plays this platform of that red being one of them, so he could take down those horizontal blues. And again, just maneuvering his board, trying to make sure that he's keeping a flat board because these high levels in Dr. Mario, you definitely want to not hang a piece higher up on the board as you're moving down somewhere else. So Influx doing an amazing job there, but Watchma still trying to charge back here. He has the rest of 17 in order to try and do that. So he's gonna have to make those speedy plays as he can do.
Yeah, but he has run himself out of anywhere to put yellow, and unfortunately got a couple yellow pieces. So now he's got a little bit of trash to deal with. He's going to have to get a blue
Yep.
all the way over to the right hand side. They are both playing on high speed, and these are the kind of levels where that can make a big difference here. He does get the blue over
Wow.
very nicely done. That is going to give him a chance, but Influx already down to 10 viruses. He's extended this lead to now over 30. He's going to take the horizontal first, and he's got the reds open for a double available there, and he has to open up this yellow there in column 7 is what he's doing first while he has the opportunity. He is down to just needing 2 yellows, and he will be out. 1 more yellow, and he is out at 9:40. And Influx takes the pivotal crown 3. It will be game point for Influx as Watchma is about 30 viruses behind, and he's going to have to find a response if he wants to force a decider.
But wait right there. You saw what Watchma just did trying to get back into this. That was an amazing sequence of combos on Watchma's side, and what he needs is to bring more of that into this next crown to stay into this. That is fantastic work. Both of them are doing amazing things, and we are here for it, whether it be a game 5 or Influx taking it in game 4. I'm along for the ride, Ramsey.
Absolutely. I'm just hanging on. That's all I can do is just call it as I see it and hang on for the ride. But yeah, we're heading up to game 4. Influx looking to put it away and claim the championship for himself. Watchma looking to force a decider if he wants his first championship since March of last year. We have readies from both players and game 4 countdown. 3, 2, 1, pills. And we are underway for level 14 on crown number 4. We've got some pretty diverse boards. Very nice play from Influx to open up some blue-yellow that he did not have anywhere to access. And he's going to set up potentially, he had a potential to like build a really cute fat log. Decides not to do that because that would have been a little bit risky there if you didn't get the pieces in the right order. Watchma with a bunch of doubles available as well. Both players going to be looking to really make a statement on this level 14.
And making a statement also, thank you so much for those subscriptions there in chat. Those gifted subs go directly back into the channel. So thank you for those as well. But right back into the action. Look at this clear horizontally from Watchma, and making great work over there and keeping a very, very even board is Watchma. And right now, Influx now having to make some clears in order to get out some trash, but now he has no trash to speak of and is making some quick work as well.
Yeah, Watchma with an amazing movement to get that blue over to the right hand side in some kind of heavy traffic areas there. He's going absolutely virus for virus here with Influx. Both players down to just couple dozen left, and both players have a bunch of doubles available. Influx is a little less straightforward as to how to get all of them. Influx dropping a big combo on the left-hand side, though, as he's going to be down to 16, opening up just a tiny lead as we're in the end game here of 14.
Yeah, and he did have to kind of maneuver some pills so he didn't break that combo in column 1. You could see that it did pay out for him, but like that is the kind of decisions that you have to make that don't always pan out, So it did in this case, but it might not in the future. But these players know those risks and rewards, and they show that very, very well. And these, again, still neck and neck here, still virus for virus, even going into the end here.
Yeah, and look at this setup Influx got on the left-hand side.
Oh no!
He just needs this one red. He almost ruined it with that yellow red. He almost broke it, but caught it right at the last second. But he's holding just like a 6-second or so lead over Watchma, as that last spill caused him to lose a couple seconds of possibly critical time here as we are into our level 15. Influx really needing this blue horizontal on the left. Takes it very nicely done. His board is completely free of garbage at the moment. Watchma has a little bit of yellow garbage there in column 6, gets rid of it immediately. Both players with pretty clean boards, lots of doubles available, lots of good color diversity. This is a great looking start to 15 for both players.
And gosh, like every pill that I watch them place, I'm like, I didn't see that. That was a great move. So both of them here for a reason, and I'm just in awe, and I'm learning so much by watching these two play. Now, Watchma building that up didn't necessarily need to build up for that combo in order for it to take out the blues underneath, but decided to play it a different way. And right now, Influx is having about a 5 virus. Wow, and now it exploded because of that T clear that he made.
Yeah, but Watchma with a couple T-type clears of his own has brought the lead back down to about 5 viruses. So Influx with a small but definite lead here at the moment as we're entering the mid to late game here of this level 15. He's got some drop combos set up on the left and right side. He's still got places to put every pill combination, but not necessarily as efficiently as he'd like because he's got nowhere to put that blue red at the moment. He's going to take it as a horizontal, which is very nicely done, but it's given Watchma a chance to reverse the lead, and now he has a small 5 virus lead. We're going virus for virus here as we've got lots of doubles available still for Influx at the bottom. This is still absolutely anybody's game because we still got 2 more stages after this.
Yeah, and I think Watchma definitely prioritized correctly with the yellow and placing that over into the one in column 8 so that he could have that red yellow flexibility, deciding to go underneath, which is perfect. I normally go horizontally, but this is why he's here, is because that horizontal would have cost me another pill of needing another pill. So Watchma breaking into 16 along with Influx, virtually dead heat here.
Yeah, it's maybe 5 seconds difference right now. We've got top of these boards, very big combo from Influx, but he has nowhere to put any of these yellows now. He cleared out all of them with a big combo there, which was very cool to look at, but now he's got a little bit of a pressure point as he's got to figure out what to do with it. Watch him top of his board, a little more diversity, not he's got definitely more blues than he wants to, and he's gonna have to get him quickly, or it's gonna become a problem. The double blue gonna go to the right hand side, and he's gonna take the blue. Now clears out some blue garbage. Now he needs a bunch of red. The colors kind of coming in
Oh,
waves for Watchma, but a big combo from Influx as well, and he would love this yellow blue for a nice drop combo of his own. Influx holding about a small 10 virus lead as we head to the mid game of 16.
and I'm not quite sure if that was just a small break over on Influx's side. So you can actually break this game with taking a combo that is a little bit too big, because I did see like a slight stutter in his game. And so, I mean, it did not cause much time loss, but he is continuing on playing. But now Watchma having to take a lot of drop time in order to make the combos that he is setting up.
I didn't see the stutter because the stutters, like, even if you don't fully break the game with a big combo, you can cause like some weird things to happen, even if
Hmm.
it doesn't fully break the game. So interesting to see if something happens there. It doesn't look like it. Looks like it's pretty much everything is pretty much situation normal for
Hmm.
Influx here, as he's got about a 7 virus lead now, and Watchma has a bunch of doubles available at the
Wow.
bottom. Got the blue on the left, got the yellow at the bottom. He's got a nice horizontal there as well. Watchma absolutely trying to catch up here at the bottom of this level 16. We got one more stage to go after this. It is now a 5 virus game, and this could be even closer by the time we finish uh, this level 16. Man, it is neck and neck, Betty.
Yes, and now Influx is going to have to take a little bit of a cleanup in order to get at that red pill. Now, these yellows, perfect for what he is looking to do, as long as he doesn't get. There we go. We get the double yellow to take those down as a horizontal, but that does let Watchman get into level 17 first. And so he is already having his setups on his side of the board, and we'll see Influx get quick to work on his own.
Yeah, it is currently a no chase down. It is currently absolutely even virus for virus here. Top of Influx's board, he has opened up with a big combo, opened up in a big way his level 17.
Wow.
Watchma still at the top of his board. He needs to deal with this column 7, the blue at the top of there, this double blue. He's not going to take it there. He's going to continue efficient
Oh.
plays there. Takes the blue red instead, and another blue red. Couple very efficient clears. It is a small 4 virus lead for Influx, but a big fat log there is going to open up a bigger lead, and another big combo and into a horizontal. Influx with a great sequence, opening up about a 10 virus lead here in the final level.
Yeah, and maybe a little bit of shifting with. Oh no, he's keeping that as a platform for this horizontal blue. So yes, Influx definitely doing great work showing how platforms can help you make some clears without drop time, and fantastic work on his side. But Watchman's not out of this. He's bringing it back. Like this is going down to the wire here. I love that L clear that Watchman set up, but who is going to take this one? Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I can't watch.
Well, you need to watch, Betty. I need
I
your
know.
help. So Influx has passed up on a couple clears because he's holding these reds available for
Mhm.
this drop horizontal into drop this yellow and keeping
Wow.
the reds underneath it available. He was thinking
Stop.
3 levels ahead that whole time, and it caused him to delay a little bit, and it's caused a bit of garbage there on column 8. So he's going to have to do that red horizontally, and he's going to have to kind of build his way to it. Watchma with a big combo of his own. It is now a 3 virus game, and the bottom of Influx's board is messy. It is still absolutely anybody's game. We head to the final few viruses here.
He's shaking his head. He's like, "What am I doing here?" And you need to figure it out fast, my friend, because Watchma is now with that hanging red piece, he is clear again, just needing 2 more blues to get out of this. He does still get them, but dang, Influx was kind of lost there at the end, and that gave that crown to Watchma right at the end.
Yeah, that and he's wow, what an excellent ending sequence for Watchma to claw that back. Influx with a bit of a dirty board there at the bottom, couldn't close it out. Watchma with an excellent finish, and we have a decider to decide June's champion. Game
Yeah,
5, Betty. We
I'm
wouldn't
just
want it any other way.
for sure, this is a viewer's delight here, but a player's worst nightmare. And speaking of worst nightmare, Influx in chat said mind went completely blank. And when you are playing at this top level Dr. Mario playing that you have for as long as these two have, we started 2 hours ago playing Dr. Mario, and they are having to be on that whole time, and so it does drain you, and keeping your mental acuity in it takes a lot. And so just one more crown now, down to the very last one of these two is going to be crowned here, and we'll see who it is.
And we have for our decider, our countdown 3, 2, 1, pills, and the tops of these boards. I like Watchman's a lot better already. He's gonna take this
Yep.
nice big long the drop horizontal, very nicely done. He's got a lot of doubles available. Influx's board, he has opened up some diversity, which he definitely didn't have to start with, and he is making great progress already as well. So I mean, these are some of the best players we've got, and they're showing it right now. Very excellent play from both players to open up, especially Influx, what looked like a pretty tricky board. He has made quick work of it, and he is kept keeping up from just very nicely done by both players start of this 14.
Oh, but look at Watchman's board. A lot of yellow that is now causing him a little bit of slowdown in the thought process. Where can he place these to where it's not going to get in the way later? I like what he's doing, but it is just a little bit of a slowdown. Influx having a 4 virus lead and with setups to spare. And now Watchman looking for a yellow to take. And he does so, takes down a lot of viruses with that clear, but again, a little bit of a trash situation in the middle of the board.
Yeah, he was really hoping for a yellow blue to drop on the blue virus down at the bottom of column 5, and it just wasn't coming. So he kind of built on top of it just to keep the board moving, and it
Mhm.
kind of has resulted in a bit of an awkward column 5 for him. So we'll see how he cleans that up. Influx with his big drop is not clean. He has to clean up this blue in column 7. He's got it's not necessarily the cleanest end game for him either. This blue red is going to drop everything down. The double blue on the left hand side, so he is needing just a little bit of help is Influx here. He's got the yellow open horizontally, and he does see it and takes it immediately. He needs just one yellow piece to be out of this level first. He's going to be out at a 208, but Watchma down to just 5 viruses of his own, so he is absolutely still in this.
Still in it, but definitely having to deal with some trash before making any forward momentum on his board. The pills came just how he needed them. This double yellow perfect to get him out and into level 15 at a 223. But again, we see that Influx hasn't gotten that many viruses off his board, but those setups count a lot with how much more ahead he is.
Yeah, it is now starting to, those setups are starting to resolve. Like it was a 5 virus lead when I started that sentence. By the time I finished it is now 12 viruses as all those setups resolve at once, and Influx is taking a definite lead here in level 15, but Watchman's got setups of his own. This blue-red going to go on the right. This yellow-red is going to fix whatever problem he wants to fix because that's all he's got. He's just now opening some yellow access, or some blue access rather. And he's got, unfortunately, that blue having to be garbage in column 3. He really wants to use that to clear viruses. But speaking of garbage, Influx got a little bit of his own. This blue has to go horizontally. He's basically completely sold out for it, and he's not going to be able to make any progress until he gets it.
Yeah, and he just now got to the point where he is back to the platform he had. He is going to take this the safer way. Yes, maneuvering it to that way is exactly what I would have done as well, because I would not have felt comfortable the other way. But he is a great player, so he probably could have done whichever. But yeah, that did slow him down quite a bit. So now these two, again, in a tight tie, both having virtually the same. Now Watchma just taking a slight lead.
Yeah, and it's just about a 5 virus lead for Watchma, as the bottom of his board has a ton of doubles available, and very nicely done there. He's got this red. He could go horizontally, he could go vertically. He's going to go vertically on the left, save the horizontal open. He's going to have to clear this yellow, though. I'm not exactly sure what order he plans on taking those. He's going to have to get some red first, though, or before he can advance at all. Yeah, this is what I figured. It's going to be the yellow, and then the red going to go on top over on the right. And then he is just one red pill away from taking a small lead into 16. Influx is just 5 irises behind, though, and this blue-yellow perfect for that right-hand side. He's now just at 3 blue halves away from joining Influx, or joining Watchma, is Influx, into this level 16.
Yeah, it was kind of a struggle this end game for Influx, not by any fault of his own, but he is now joining into 16, and I am seeing the top of his board and not seeing a lot of yellow access, but a lot of yellow pills coming.
Yeah, but he's setting the yellow up on top of column 3 there, because that's the next yellow virus he has access to, and he's gonna be as much as he can. He now needs a horizontal on. He would love a double red. I don't think he's going to hold
Oh,
up.
I like
Instead,
it.
he's going to build up this L on the left,
I like that.
or on the right hand side. Very nicely done. He gets the double red, and is going to clean up the left of his board. Very nicely done. He's brought the virus deficit down to just 1 now, as Watchma at the middle part of his board doesn't have anywhere to put anything other than yellow at the moment. He needs red to clear this out, and now he can advance the board. So Watchma stalling out a bit, but this yellow going to clear out everything. So his board is now completely clean. Both players down. It's like a 2 virus game. Both players have pretty clean boards. It looked bad, that column 3 for Influx, but he knew that was going to drop into a perfect combo, and he is making great strides. Both players basically pill for pill here, and we only have 1 more level to go after this to decide the tournament.
Oh my gosh, it's so close. Oh, please take the yellow in the middle. Oh, and you get a double yellow too. Oh, that is exactly what I wanted to see, and we all wanted to see it. Fantastic clear by Watchma. He is taking not just one or two viruses per pill, but that was like 5 viruses with one pill. Fantastic work is Watchma, and that is why he is now taking a 10 virus lead here.
Yeah, and he is going to elect to take the yellows horizontally individually, which is a great heads up play to keep his board clean enough to have that option. It's really tempting to just take those vertically, but the reds were not
Look.
coming. Oh, a big combo though from Influx. He is not done yet. Watchma is going to be out at 719 into level 17, and Influx just one virus behind. He is less than 10 seconds difference. All to play for, one level to decide the tournament. Let's see what these
Oh my
players have got.
God.
Watchma at the very top of his board is going to elect to go one pill more to clear out a virus and get the horizontal. He has cleaned up his board. Influx with a nice drop combo. Both players have cleaned up the first level of their board. Oh my gosh, Betty, I can hardly breathe. There's so much going on.
They're keeping us on edge here because literally they are making the risky plays. They know this is leave it all on the line here because this is all on the line with this one crown. They are they are in a decider here. Whoever wins now wins the whole June tournament. So this is where you make these plays. This is where you take those risks. And look at this wonderful clear by Influx in order to retain those blues, bring it down. He is already into the middle of his board. Watchma making it clear to break into the middle of his board as well. Wow.
Yeah, Watchma has set up a bit of a horizontal dependency. He's going to elect to break the dependency and take them out vertically. So he would still could use this horizontal though. Let's see how he manages this part of the board. He's going to drop the blues one row and drop it another row. Now he can use that blue to clear a virus. So very nicely done by him. He is a small one virus lead. Influx's board has a ton of red. And Watch's board also has a ton of red, not a lot of places for yellow. Color diversity going to be critical here, and Sora is taking advantage of all these doubles that are available. Who is going to take this? Watchman needs a ton of red though.
Like, so you mentioned all the red that was on Influx's board. That melted away because they were so clumped together. And he is just making these plays where he's retaining like those clumps. He's using them to his advantage. And look at this, another 3 viruses melted off of his board, another horizontal that he's setting up for these red clears. It's a fantastic board, exactly what Influx needed. He is now a matter of just a handful of reds to get out of this. There's one of them. He needs 3 more, but now Watchman also needing a ton of red. We will see who gets these reds first. It looks like it's going to be Influx because Watchman now had his trash drop exactly where he did not want it. And so Influx taking it after a grueling finals here. Oh my God. I'm feeling it with you guys, but definitely Influx, you did it. You are our June 2026 Gold Speed champion. Much deserved, but Watchma, great work on your end as well.
And great playing from all our players today and from all weekend. Amazing job. Betty, what a fantastic match. I couldn't ask for a better match to close it out.
And a better commentator to do it with, Ramsey.
Aw, very sweet.
It is always fun to call these matches with you, but we have more fun coming up. You know what we have coming up? We have some verses on June 28th in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania with the too many games. And so we have more coming. So stay tuned to DRMC for more of those matches and those regional action that we have that we're going to bring to you. All right, Ramsey, are there any other words from you?
This Tuesday is the monthly checkup.
Oh, yeah.
For our monthly versus tournament. So if stick around for that, signups are open on the Discord. So come and join us for that. And yeah, if you're anywhere near Philadelphia next week. We'd love to see you. More events available in North Carolina, in Toronto, in Hartford, all culminating in Cincinnati later this year. Join the Discord for more tournaments and more live verses. But yeah, that's all I got, Betty.
All right. Well, for everybody here in the booth, Ramsey, I forget who else was in
Archer,
our
JB.
Thank you, thank you for saving me there. But for everybody here in the booth, as well as our restreamer
And
D Dave
Espy was here too.
and
Espy was also.
SB, thank you so much, because we love bringing this content to you. So please stick around for more action later in this month and in the future. So, but for now, that's all we have. So remember, take your vitamins.